All right, good day, friends. Today we shall be looking at prepayment, how to treat prepayment. All right, on your screen you will be seeing um a prepayment question, and it reads: The following were extracted from the books of Ganda for the year 2021. Number one, Ganda paid 45,000 naira rent from 2021 to 2023. Now, before we go on, uh, it's ideal we know what prepayment is. Prepayment is the advance payment that you make, in a business. The part of the expenses that you have not utilized is referred to as prepayment. All right, so Ganda has paid rent for 2021, 22, 23. That's for 3 years. Let's go to the second extract. Ali, one of the suppliers, was paid in advance for the raw materials at 60,000 naira only. 60,000 naira, sorry. Only 40% of this obligation had been fulfilled by him for the year 2021. All right, the next one, insurance of 60,000 naira was for 5 years. Okay, an advance payment was made of 12,000 naira for the years 2021, 22, 23 to the electricity company. You are required post the above listed transactions in the appropriate ledger and show their relevant classes in the final account. All right, so we'll come here on this side of the screen. I've created a T shape here. So there are accounts that you have to open, that you have to create, and one of the accounts is the prepayment ledger, or you call it prepayment account. Prepayment account. The next one you are likely to create is your cash account, cash ledger, or you call it cash account. Let's call it cash ledger. Okay, then you now create the expense account. But before we go on, let's look at the relationship between cash and prepayment. First, the first line says paid 45,000 naira rent from 2021. Okay, and we are preparing an account for the year 2021. This account is for Ghana. Account is for Ghana in the year 2021. 21. So the year 2021 account is what we're preparing. So first thing is you come to cash. Cash is paying out to prepayment. Prepayment is giving cash how much? 45,000 naira. That's how you treat it. Then you come to prepayment and you write cash unless you have your opening balance. Okay, you write cash. Cash is given to prepayment 45 1 2 3. All right, so that solves that. But how do you now treat the other one, which the other leg, which is the expense account itself? So this is what you do. Let's bring our record here, our account. Let's just copy this, bring it down, paste it. What was the first one? Rent. So you write rent expense. Rent expense. Rent expense will receive from prepayment the proportion for that year. We have 3 years here and the payment was 45, so it's assumed to be what? Prepayment. Prepayment is giving rent expenses how much? 15,000 naira. 15,000. All right, I hope you're following. So you come to this side, rent expense for the year, for that particular year is 15,000 naira. All right, I hope you're following. The next one is Ali, one of the suppliers, was paid in advance for the raw material. All right, so it was paid in advance. Cash give to prepayment 60,000. 60,000. Cash give to prepayment 50,000, 60,000. So you come to prepayment here. On this side, you write cash 60. Right, and you know, create the account itself, the account for that transaction, which is what? That only, look at it, say only 40% of this obligation had been fulfilled by him. Only 40% have been fulfilled by him. He was paid 60,000. So what is 40% of 60,000? That's what you look at now. So computing this, the 40% now, you have to bring, or you have to come down to create another ledger. Okay, there's a ledger here. You name it purchases. Why do we name these purchases? Is because we are buying raw materials, and that is what we use for the production of our goods. So it's going to be purchases. Now let's do a rough calculation, because let's take advantage of Excel. Now let's say equals 60 123 multiplied by 0.44, because that's 24,000. That is, it is actually 24,000 worth of goods that was supplied for the year 2021, and that is the only one you're going to recognize. So you come here and put purchases, that's 24,000. Then come down, have this is purchases here, is receiving it from prepayment. That's amount 24 150. All right, let's see if we have recognized it under cash. Okay, payment. Then we should label these purchases so that would purchases. Right, this is for rent. Okay. All right, so we have it this way. All right. What is next? The next question is saying that insurance of 60,000 naira was for 5 years. Okay, and insurance was paid for 5 years. First thing, come here, create on the ledger. So you name it insurance. All right, so let's clean up this. We go up and deal with prepayment first. So cash is giving insurance, is that correct? Cash is giving insurance prepayment, prepayment 60,000. 60,000. Okay, so you now give it to prepaid, prepayment, cash 60. All right. Now, how much was supposed to be for 2021? If it is for 5 years, so you divide 60 by 5 years to give you how much. Let's do a rough calculation. 60 divided by 5. That's 12. So we're recording 12,000 here. So you record it as prepayment 12,000. So you go to prepayment up and record it here under what now? Insurance. Under insurance is 12,000. 12,000. All right. I hope you're following. All right. Then very last one is it says an advance payment was made of 12,000 for the years 2021, 2022, and 2023 to the electricity company. So you write here, let's do payment to electricity. Electricity. Close the bracket. 12,000 and 12,000 naira. So let's go to prepayment. Put cash, because for every debit entry there must be a corresponding credit entry. That's the golden rule of double entry and vice versa. All right, so this is 12 to 3. So we have this. So how much is going out? How much is supposed to be for the year 2021, the year under consideration? It's going to be 20. That's 12 divided by 3. So which should be 4,000 naira for electricity. Electricity. 4,000 naira. 4,000 naira. Then come down, create electricity ledger. Electricity ledger, how much? That's 4,000. So that marks the end of this first phase. So we're going to look at how to close this account now. For some of us that had attended my class before, we have done ledger balances, how to balance a ledger, then you move the nominal ledgers to an aggregate account called trial balance. All right, but in this case we're not going to do that, but we'll show us how to close an account, how to close a ledger account. All right, so you get the total of both sides. Which one is more? So let's look at this as person. Close the bracket. Enter. This 177. Obviously, this will be more than this. So we put 177 here. You now put your balance CD here because balance carried down, balance carried down. Put it here. What's the difference? You add all this together. Let's say equals this, or let's even do equal sum so that we know equal sum this to this. Close the bracket. Give you 55,000. Take 55 away from 177. It will give you 122. Is that correct? So we are having 122 here. 122,000. I should balance. Remove this. The balance carried down to you. Pull the same thing because you must bring it here. This side, I'll show you something. Here will now be BD, not CD anymore. Alright, so in this case, you do it like this so that you differentiate between each one. Now you create this double border so that to differentiate it. Right, so that is that on this. Then let's move on to this one. We're doing the same thing, but in this case, there was no opening balance for cash, so you must you may not really need to close this. Let's move on to, because cash ledger or cash account at least must always have a debit balance, not a credit balance. So let's move to this as rent expenses. Let's say balance CD. On this side, just bring the figure that is here. Paste. So same thing here. Copy, paste, balance CD. Alright, so it means you bring your balance PD here. PD will be the same amount, 24,000. Something is 15,000. Okay, last one before I put the double line border is this CD. Now corner right, balance PD. That's how much, 12,000. Do the same thing here. Balance CD, which is this 4,000. I'll come here. Balance PD 4,000. So at this point, I think this left is for us to create the bottom double line, double edge. Alright, so having created the double lines on that, I think the what the question says is and show their relevant classes in the final account. The relevant classes in the final account, let's just use this side here. All right, for prepayment, what is the class? Let's put let's move up a bit. Classes in the final account. Classes in the final account. Okay. So put, if we have prepayment here, what is it? Class. Alright. What class is it? It is a current asset in balance sheet. Position. Statement of financial position. And what item is it under? Okay, what item? It's under current asset. Current is a current asset. Current asset item. All right. I hope you're following. So with this, you will know how and where to put them. That's prepayment. Let's go to um let's go to cash. What item is cash? Cash is an item under statement of financial position, and it is also a current asset item. The next one is what? Rent. Rent. Rent is statement profit or loss account. Profit or loss account, and it is under expense. It's an expense. You can put it under admin expenses or whatever. All right. The next one is what? Purchases. All right. Purchases. Purchases. Purchases is also here. Profit or loss account, and it's under the first section, which is your sales less cost of sales. Is under cost of sales. It's under cost of sales. And the next one is what? Next one is insurance. 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 Insurance is under statement of profit or loss account, and it is under expenses. All right. Then the last one is electricity. 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 All right. Is also under profit or loss account. Let's do this. It's under expenses. All right. So with this, we have come to the end of the class. So please, if you have any question, kindly refer back to us, and we'll be glad to attend to you. Thank you very much. See you in my next class. Thank you.